Hey guys, my name is FranklinLiranzo and this is what you need for still wool photography. First, you're going to need a tripod, your camera, a dog leash or a rope, a whisk, and finally the still wool. The next thing you want to do is set your lens to manual focus. You don't want the lens to be hunting for a person or a subject to focus on because you're going to be shooting ideally in pitch black settings. And the reason you want a dark setting is because since you're going to have your shutter open for 3.2 seconds, any other light that is in the setting is going to be picked up by the camera and might consequently take away from what you're trying to do. In my case, as I mentioned previously, I set the shutter to 3.2 with an aperture of 5.6 and an ISO of 100. For the gear choice, I went with the RF 28-70 and the Canon R5. When working with still wool photography and posing a person at the same time, it is crucial that they do not move. So you have to tell them that they have to hold their breath, try not to blink, and try not to move whatsoever so that their movement is not captured by the camera. But there is a simple workaround if you want to work with a person and illuminate them with another light source. Technically, you could work just with the still wool and it will create amazing photos. But if you want more illumination on your subjects, then I would consider using a strobe or flash. Now, the key to working with a flash to illuminate the subject is to set the camera to second curtain sync. If your camera or your strobe is not capable of doing that, you can also do it manually. Just simply have a stopwatch with you, and by the time that the shutter is about to close, you want to physically push the button on your flash so that it can go off and then illuminate the subject. By using second curtain sync, if your subject moves in the beginning of the frame, it's not going to affect the photo because the flash is going to fire right before the shutter closes. Therefore, it would freeze the subject in place. After you've done all of this, all you have to do is just change poses and continue taking photos. As you can imagine, it is a much slower process. It is not like a normal photo shoot where you're just clicking away. This you have to set up with the pose. Make sure that you have an assistant who is going to be spinning the leash with the whisk. And then you have to press the shutter when you see enough of the streaks are taking off. If you do not have a person that can assist you, then I would advise that you use the built-in intervalometer so that you set the camera to take the photos for you. Basically, the built-in intervalometer, it is the technology that comes with the camera for you to capture time lapses. One thing that you definitely have to keep in mind that this is a fire hazard, so always plan for that. The person can become burned, the person spinning the still wool could become burned, or their clothing or their hair, or if there's grass nearby, it can catch on fire. So always practice safety, bring a extinguisher with you, and or also bring a bucket where you can put a bed sheet into the water. Should there be a fire, you just grab that and put it over the person. So please let me know in the comment section what you think of the photos. And like always, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Until next time, take care.